Welcome back, folks. Western Christian boys soccer has quickly risen to the top, cementing themselves as a top soccer contender year after year. This season was a special one as the team brought home their first spring Class 1A state title, a win that meant the world to one family who's been there from the start.
The game of soccer is one that many enjoy across the world, but right here in Hull, Iowa, it has brought countless special moments and experiences for the Baccam family.
This is a real bonding experience for our family. We all love soccer.
It's amazing. I couldn't ask for anyone better to do it with because just family is very close together.
It all started when Western Christian boys soccer head coach Sue Baccam began his own playing journey. He played at Western Christian himself all 4 years, making the trip to state his junior and senior year when soccer was played in the fall.
And that was the first year, I think, the athletic union first sanctioned soccer. Yeah, it was in the fall. I remember we qualified, and yeah, it was an amazing experience.
Now he's had the joy of watching his own sons grow up, developing their own love for the game.
Oh, it's kind of just been in my life the whole time. We have pictures apparently of when I first started walking, I was dribbling a soccer ball around the house. So I guess it's, just really all of my life it's been there.
But I think it might have been like after his first couple steps. He took up steps and then he just started dribbling. I was like, that's crazy.
Coach Baccam has been head coach for 13 seasons, but the past few years have seen life truly come full circle. His two sons, Bailey and Kobe, are his assistant coaches, while his son Miles and nephew Braden are both juniors on the team.
And our community is so much bigger than just our family. Everyone in the Western Christian soccer family is our community is part of our family. So, but I just love being able to get to know all these guys, and just working with my family is even better.
The Baccams have made plenty of memories over the years on the pitch, but there was one special win that they wanted to bring back home to Hull, Iowa. Western Christian boys soccer won one state title in the fall of 1996, but it was just after Coach Baccam graduated. The past 2 years, his teams have finished as runner-ups, but the motivation has always been there.
But if we would ever win a state championship, for me personally, that would just be awesome because I missed out on our one in the fall.
Oh, that would mean a lot to us because, we've all been working towards that, and we've gotten some pretty good teams that have gotten pretty close to that. And, I think the main thing would be I just get to have some bragging rights at my house.
The third time was the charm on June 3rd as Western Christian beat Grundy Center Gladbrook Rhinebeck 2-0 to win the program's first state title since soccer has been played in the spring. Miles Baccam scored both goals as a soccer family's dream became a reality.
Back at Western, it's every little kid's dream to be a big football star, volleyball star, basketball, everything like that. But when I was growing up, mine was always just to be soccer. I always liked that. And when I finally got the championship, it still doesn't feel real because that's what I've been dreaming of when I was a little kid.
Well, obviously, there's not a lot of people that get to experience this. And, with my family, I couldn't ask for anything more.
A moment the Baccam family will always look back on and cherish. Amber Salas, KTIV Sports Force.